I'm JP,
I'm Tommy. We're the Amazing Graysons.
and you're watching Sportskeeda.
You guys were saying you guys knew immediately that you wanted to be a tag team.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. If you have any thing you want to add to that.
Yeah, just to piggyback off what Tommy said, just going to shows growing up truly, gave us that inspiration, uh, especially just seeing guys, our size, you know, up up close. That was a really big deal for us. And that truly just gave us the motivation to work even harder to when we did get the opportunity to finally start wrestling. It just 1% better, just like those little like steps of just again like growing up and having that dream and the desire to actually want to wrestle, and then finally being able to go and see it up in person, and then taking the next step and doing what you had to do to even before you get inside a ring. That's what motivated us, and that's what really did inspire us. And to see the Hardy Boys even wrestle before we started wrestling, again, that was even more just motivation.
Yeah.
To be able to talk to them and interact with them and ask them certain questions, and that's the kind of stuff that I feel like you should be doing before you actually do start wrestling. And I think a lot of people, I see a lot of people do that to this day, which is good.
There's definitely people that we've met over the years since, training and wrestling that, have met us as fans and, have enrolled as students themselves and, have started up their own careers. And that's just, and
doing very well for themselves. Like some of these people we would see as fans and then see them at TV tapings.
Yeah.
And it's truly crazy, so you never know. I'm sure that some of the wrestlers that even the Hardy Boys, we would even tell them, hey, we remember seeing you as fans, and now we see them at just shows, on the same shows.
Or so many other guys that we would see at Northeast Wrestling, for example, that King Brian Anthony or Romeo Rosselli or the Now or Matt Taven, so many guys that we would see as Mike Bennett also, so many guys that we would see as kids in the crowd, just watching them wrestle that now we're in the
going to their merch tables and asking them questions, and then
asking them the same questions that you're essentially asking us. How did you break in? What do I do to what do I do to break in? What do I what schools are in the tri-state area? What promotions should I objectively aim to try and get booked on at a certain point in my career? These are all things that we just knew right off the bat to ask, without even being told, just because, wrestling is all we ever wanted to do.
So JP also got to work with the Viking Raiders, I think, during a match. What was that like? And why were you paired with another wrestler and not your brother?
Well, working with the Viking Raiders, that was an amazing experience. First off, I actually knew Ivar from doing shows with Northeast Wrestling and other shows just on the indies, especially in just New England and whatnot. So to see him, just backstage on Raw was very heartwarming, and he just came in and just gave me a big old hug, and he was like, "Hey, just I'll let you know, like, might have something for you guys." Now to answer your question,
the long and the short of it, my blood work was not done right, and I didn't have anything wrong, but WWE protocol is that you have to be tested for just everything, and I didn't have a test in time, and it didn't clear in time for me to work, and everything was fine, but I couldn't be in the ring. So
they paired me with
all good.
They paired me with Justin Carino.
Awesome guy.
Awesome
Love
guy.
him.
He just appeared on
AEW Dark. So great for him. Shout out to him. That's our boy.
Paired us together as Colin and Devin Justin. Funny story why they came up with that name. It's pretty simple. they just, both looked at us and just said, hey, both of your names are Justin. And, when I got to the back, everyone was just like laughing, and I was like, what's up? And then I got just so many pictures texted, on social media saying Devin Justin, like what? And it was just, it was a fun, how they, give out those, funny names and stuff like that. But, you can't let it get to you. And it was a great experience. And to actually just be able to wrestle in a place like the Prudential Center, in Jersey, in front of like just a lot of people who I knew, I saw some familiar faces. It was pretty awesome, in the crowd. And it was just a dream come true. It was an awesome moment, and hopefully not the last.
Did you have any mark out moments in the backstage area? Did you run into legends or anyone?
You see a lot of people that you either just grew up watching, or rather even just, I don't know, see currently. And it's just one of those things, like,
it's a lot of head nods.
You have to you have to act like you belong there, and just keep it cool.
You see, like, I remember seeing
I had some pretty cool conversations with guys like Zack Ryder. We both like action figures, so when the time and place is appropriate,
spoke with Shelton Benjamin about video games. That was cool.
Depending on the time and place, it's it all depends. But if people are working, then you got to let them do their job. It's a pretty different environment than just being at a regular show. I'll tell you that much. Especially
it's professional work.
Like TV compared to a indie show is way different. So you gotta act like you belong.
But it's interesting that you bring it up. So now that you have been backstage at all AEW and at WWE, how would you compare the backstage atmosphere of both of these places?
They have their similarities and their differences.
Yeah. It's basically just like different flavors of ice cream, That's the best way I can really explain it.
One is I think one is like a 3-course meal. The other is sort of a buffet.
Yeah.
And it's do you like a 3-course meal or do you like a buffet? That's the best. That's the best way I can describe it without giving away all the ingredients.
Yeah.
If you've been there, you'll know what I'm talking about. And if you
it's all about, I guess, people have their own different experience. Like with us, we knew a lot of those people at AEW
and at WWE,
and a lot of them at WWE as well. So I guess it all depends on your experience. If you go there and you just some people, then it might be different. But if you go there and you've never been there before and you're not really just familiar with a lot of people, then it's just like any other show that
first time
you just, it's just like another rep.
So what does the future hold for the two of you? I mean, do you guys see yourselves working the independents or signing with a major company? What do you guys think?
Yeah, well, this weekend we have a match with the Varsity Blondes.
Northeast Wrestling in Niles, Ohio, and we have shows booked all the way up until September. We're going back to Alaska for the 3rd time at the end of August.
As far as what the future holds, we're just going to stay grinding, stay busy. A whole bunch of stuff lined up. Nothing really that we can, talk about right now, but some really cool stuff in the future.
Just stay tuned. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah. Just a lot of cool stuff coming up this summer. It's, just one day at a time, something always,
every day is going to be an adventure.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And just to touch upon some wrestling news, some pro wrestling news, I wanted to get your thoughts on that. What do you think of all the recent WWE releases, man? Like, it was shocking for us in India. What do you guys think about it?
It's business.
It's just more opportunity, and I think a lot of those people are talented, and they're going to be fine. And you know,
it's a company. It's the wheel keeps turning.
It just, you know, it's gonna be interesting.